ninth largest area in the world. A symbiosis of East and West. A country of great opportunities, bright impressions, everything you wanted to know about Kazakhstan, important notes, useful routes. In the program, Routes and Notes. Beautiful capital of Kazakhstan, Astana, the city that delights everyone who has ever been here. The city which has long been included in the list of places recommended for tourists. Well, let's look at it closer. So this is Astana. It has been in the capital status for less than 20 years. And since the city is still growing, it can only anticipate a period of true prosperity. Business cultural center in the country, a storehouse of architectural delights of the most prominent architects of the world. The pearl born in the vast steppes of central Kazakhstan, as far as possible from the world's oceans. The Shim River divides the city into the old and new cities. Or as people say in the Kazakh capital, to the left bank and the right bank. Right bank is an old city, formerly Zelenograd. Even until today, the right bank is more densely populated, and despite the presence of a large number of new buildings, yet it still appears as a typical Soviet town. However, while strolling through the streets of the old town, you cannot deny its especially warm aura. Here you're welcome to admire the buildings, streets, patios, waterfronts. Goodness, there are plenty of things to admire. And this is the left bank. It is the very thing that was under construction in the capital. No hint of the standard approach. It is very surprising. In its expression you admire and strongly suspect that the world's most renowned architects, pardon the expression, had a blast developing their projects here. And it is uniquely beautiful. Huge tents, flying saucers, ships, skyscrapers, oriental palaces, austere pyramid, and anything else, it seems the architects realized in Astana all their wildest ideas. And that's why the city's appearance is really something wonderful. Astana is a modern city, and if you're used to the high standard of the bar, do not worry. You can easily select here a 5-star accommodation, a spa, and all kinds of whole set of existing activities. You will not stay hungry, that's for sure. The city has a whole street of restaurants with different cuisines of the world. Of course, and out of the street you will find many gourmet food items, which will make you enjoy it. By the way, we strongly recommend to taste dishes of Kazakh cuisine. Please be assured that you will be puzzled with a sort of Hamlet's question about how you can cook with such a minimum of the ingredients. Astana is a young, light, clean, and very friendly city. Any guest here feels at ease and comfortable. Perhaps because the city was born in the middle of a vast steppe. Climb to the top of Bayterek and you will see vast stretching beyond the horizon steppes surrounding the city. By the way, the height of the monument Bayterek, a symbol of Astana, is 97 meters. Because it was in 1997, the city was declared as the new capital. Bayterek is no longer the tallest building in the city, but it is still a landmark #1. The place is still very popular with the tourists. But if suddenly you're one of those people who does not just love the height but is crazy about it, and you need extreme sensations, and even if you liked Bayterek, but it was not enough, then we can offer you something more. And now attention, we'll show you a place in the capital of Kazakhstan. The one that not many people know of, even guides of the city or a travel agency. Probably because the place is seemingly not so presentable, but for fans of adrenaline, it is just what they need.
Я очень сама люблю экстрим, мне очень...
I love extreme very much. I like it very much, I can't even describe how I feel. I had no idea where we were going, but I loved every minute of it.
За городом, вот, и очень понравилось.
This young and courageous lady visits Astana for the first time, and therefore she suggested that it was outside of the city, but she's wrong. This place is located still in the city limits, and here you can emphasize one feature of Astana. It is very compact. To get to the center of the city is in fact very easy, just reach out your hand and you're there. But let's move on. We're talking about an extraordinary opportunity to experience the feeling of being in free flight. They say those who jumped once, twice and 3 times, jump, apparently can't stop, although we refrain from irony, because this is a huge army of people that live each new day with one principle, to live at full speed. And this way of thinking and attitude to the world have a right to exist.
Это трудно объяснить. Это я никогда не испытывал такой экстрим, когда вот адреналин.
It is hard to describe. I never felt such an extreme feeling. You have such an adrenaline rush. I don't even know with what you can compare it. I can't even understand what it was. You have to try it and feel it for yourself. It is unexplainable.
Ощутить. Это нельзя. Да, это нельзя объяснить. Вам тоже советую.
The height from which you can jump is something about 50 meters. If you still cannot overcome your fear, you can just watch the others. Surprisingly, even if you just stand by and admire the process, after all, the adrenaline enters the bloodstream. Although, of course, in much smaller quantities. I don't think it was scary. Maybe because I love extreme. And instead, I love every minute of it. It was very interesting. This lovely lady has just questioned the definition of the female gender as the weaker gender. Because the men were not so brave. Though maybe because they were more sincere.
Честно скажу, было страшно немного. Но
honestly, it was a little bit scary. But I knew that I have an insurance, so I decided to jump.
Бояться, то решил прыгнуть.
The first time, I wasn't scared. But the second, third time are always scary. I think because for the first time, you don't know what you're doing. If you were able to fly, it is clear. These are memories for a lifetime. But if you have not crossed the line, do not worry. In the vicinity of Astana, there is another entertainment for fans of extreme sensations. Not many people know of. Aeropipe. It is not that scary, but the impressions are quite spicy. Detailed instructions and a reliable safety net. If someone is afraid of how far you can fly, you can ask for 2 people to support a normal flight. Although you know where the entrance is allowed almost at 4 years of age, you cannot expect a large number of adrenaline and endorphins. Just pretty unusual entertainment. Well, maybe we're wrong. Astana is a city that can be called the heart of the country. As in any other part of Kazakhstan, in Astana you will encounter only a friendly attitude, and you will notice that not only the capital team, but all the people of Kazakhstan know and revere the traditions of their ancestors, the history of the state. What I played now, it is the eternal melody of love by Abu Nasr al-Farabi. Love is eternal, it will never end, and everyone should experience it and give it to the others. We are today in Astana, celebrating the 550th anniversary of the Kazakh Khanate. This is a great holiday, the testimony of our state, our existence as a nation.
Посмотреть друг другу в глаза, пожать друг другу руки – это просто необходимо, чтобы государство шло целенаправленным путем.
To look at each other in the eye, shake hands, it is necessary for the state to go to the light, beauty and goodness. 550th anniversary of the Kazakh Khanate is a very significant date in the history of the state. This once again proves that the state went through a difficult path, filled with the struggle for a brighter future, which we see in the bright city called the capital Astana.
Путем, наполненным борьбой вот, за светлое будущее, которое мы сегодня видим в этом светлом городе, называемом столицей Астаной.
Astana is the favorite of all Kazakhstanis. It grows and builds day by day and becomes only prettier. Today Astana is a city where life is in full swing, where all the new ambitious plans are set. And this practice shows, these plans are generally realized fast. It was formerly Tselinograd. Akmola, the capital, was built on the old Soviet plan. I wondered if this is true, that it can turn into a great modern city. I had some doubts a few years, but there was hope. Yes, at first it was very difficult, but we overcame these difficulties, and now it is a modern city, and perhaps one of the most beautiful cities, not only in Kazakhstan, but also in the world. Well, the city transformed immensely in just 2 decades. So, we're mindful of its virgin countryside, ventilated on all sides by wind. And now it's so modern, filled with the architecture of many figures of the advanced countries. So thanks to those who put so much effort to make the city such a monumental, bright and colorful.
Поэтому спасибо тем, кто приложил столько сил, чтобы сделать город таким монументальным, светлым, красочным.
The average age of capital residents is a little more than 30 years. It is a city of young and confident people. In fact, they set the pace of the capital. The city is developing, and the flow of tourists here from year to year only increases. And if it were business travelers most of the time, now the streets of Astana are filled with those who just arrived in Kazakhstan, especially to admire this phenomenon of the steppe. For me, Astana of today, it's not just the city, not just the capital of our state, it is a city of the future, the city of the 21st century. I just recently has over my nephew from Germany. He was astonished by Astana, Kazakhstan, all accustomed to thinking that Kazakhstan is there somewhere, steppe, yurt and camels. And when he came here and saw everything, he said, I would never have believed it. 20 years. I love Astana because it is my country and my capital. My favorite people live here. My father, my grandmother, and my grandfather. People who live here will always have home. They're Kazakhstan. One of the experts on tourism has estimated that a trip for two to Astana will cost roughly about 65 euros per day. This figure includes all the basic expenses, accommodation, meals and excursions. Of course, these are average estimates. If desired, this figure can be reduced, and it is possible at times to increase. But in any case, a trip to the capital of Kazakhstan is worth of serious thought. To plan and implement this trip, you're just guaranteed to have a special experience. Welcome to Astana.